My boyfriend shut down my name idea for our future first son because he wants to carry his family tradition, but I'm not too fond of the name and I'm starting not to be too fond of our relationship either. Me, 21F, and my boyfriend, let's call him Alex, 23M, have been dating for about 3 years now. We've recently begun talking about marriage and kids, something we both eventually want to have. The other day a reel popped up on my FYP of cute boy names and I saw the name Everett. I thought it was adorable and jokingly told him how it has to be our firstborn's name. He laughed and said he liked it but it'll have to wait for the second kid. I was confused and asked him why. He told me that his family has a tradition that every firstborn boy in the family has the same name. His oldest brother has it, his uncle has it, his grandfather has it and so on. For the sake of privacy and how oddly unique the name is, I'm not going to say it. I'm not judging in the slightest, but this is a weird name and it's honestly not my favorite. I would never say that to any of his family members, but I did tell Alex I'm not a huge fan of it. I told him I don't really want to follow those footsteps and he got upset and told me he can't be the one to break the tradition. He told me I was being a jerk for suggesting anything else. I told him I won't change my mind and we should make it a middle name or find another compromise. Alex has 5 siblings. The tradition will continue if he doesn't do it. And frankly, I think I should get a say in what I name my kid. I told him since I'm the one carrying the hypothetical child for 9 months and it would already be getting Alex's last name, I should have some say in the first name. For context, I have 2 siblings, both girls. I'm the youngest and my eldest sisters are both married and took their husbands' last names. It makes me a little sad that when I marry Alex, my last name will go out of existence. I've talked to him about hyphenating ours, something he doesn't want to do. But anyways, I really don't want to name our firstborn son, if we ever even have a boy, that name. He thinks I'm whining for no reason since we don't even have a kid yet and I'm not pregnant, but I think my concerns are valid. I've told some friends about it and most of them think I'm overreacting over something that doesn't even exist yet. So am I the jerk for telling my boyfriend I don't want to follow his family's tradition? Update. So, we talked. I pulled him aside after he finished work and we sat down and had a long conversation. I told him that I felt hurt that he doesn't seem to be caring about my feelings and I never intended for a joke about TikTok names to turn into all of this. I took your guys' advice and was really honest with telling him how I was really sad by the fact that I would lose my last name when we did eventually get married. At first he seemed confused and said if it really mattered that much to me, I could just keep my last name and our kids could have his. I told him it seemed counterproductive to keep my last name because one day I'd still die and so would the name. He asked me what I wanted to do about it and we ended up compromising that our first son would have a shortened version of the traditional name that runs in his family. Not a nickname, but we would literally just shorten the name and that would be his. And along with that when we eventually do get married, we'll hyphenate last names. I will admit Reddit got me a little in my head and had me thinking we would break up over this, so I was pretty emotional during this conversation lol. I know this isn't the super exciting update you guys wanted. I also showed him the post and he read some of the comments. This is a direct quote from him, something he wanted me to tell you guys, thank you for helping, my name, while I was being a poss. I don't really think he was being a poss now that I've seen his side, but he's also worried he has people after him now lol. He really is a sweet guy and this wasn't anything to break up over. When we talked he expressed that he was hurt because as much as the tradition seemed silly, it was something he had always been looking forward to eventually doing. We're not engaged yet, but I have a feeling something might happen this Christmas, we'll see. But yeah, I cannot believe how much that post blew up and you guys really helped me and Alex out. Thank you all for the support.